Hey everybody, John here at Empowered Strength. I want to take some time and break down the mace, kind of the hows and whys, the purpose of the mace for a few minutes here. And starting out, kind of looking at my collection of maces and why the heck do I have so many maces and how do I use them all? Basically, my Scottish Highland Games, for my Scottish Highland Games friends, this is my 22-pound hammer. I can simply take the implement I already have and learn to work with this. It's very challenging to have this whippy PVC or rattan. It's got a nice kind of lively feel to it. It's something that's nice for having different range of motion and things like that, challenging me to be stable in my shoulders. My core gets a little different kind of reactive strength to it. So doing any of the movements from single arm work to like the 360s here, you see this implement just will move around and flex a lot. It takes a lot of practice to get really good with this, but it is doable, it's approachable for something that's already familiar to Highland Games athletes, or something creative for a novelty, things like that. So from there, it's nice to look at, why would I have something real light like this on-it mace? This could be used as more of a warm-up type of movement for somebody who's high mileage athlete, somebody who has some shoulder issues. Actually found it to be very beneficial for myself as a high mileage athlete with some shoulder impingement issues, some neck strain. I've never had any strain, for what it's worth, with using the mace relatively well with good technique, appropriate weights, things like that. So I could use something like this doing my 10 to 2s or my 360s. You see it's much shorter, not as lively kind of feeling and looking, but I can work this for just a simple warm-up. A few sets, I could go both directions. Anything like this to play around, warm up the tissues, get my posture restored, get my core awake and alive a little bit, make sure I can keep my ribs down, my head and neck neutral. It's a nice progression from, say, like the kettlebell halo from there. So 10 pounds up to that 20 pounds is a nice more wake up, primer, warm up kind of thing, or something more restorative, rehabilitative. And in the 10 to maybe 20, 25 rep range, something that's not going to cause a bunch of fatigue, but it allows me to practice the movement. And that could be done with a lighter weight, possibly daily if somebody wanted to. Working up to these heavier implements with some unique properties. You see some of these longer implements. You see this actual Gada, this historic Gada mace that's utilized there. Has its own unique pieces. This one, just being able to move this, quite a bit more power into it. So doing something like your 360, real powerful movement for that purpose of getting some rotary power, different planes of motion, things like that. Outside of just this sagittal plane, the squatting, pressing, things like that. It's got its own unique live properties. So that's a nice option there. With the heavier implements, do something really heavy with one of these two, like this Addicts loadable mace, or my 50-pound Middleton fabrication mace. I would do that for the 360s and do that for lower reps, even in the 5 to 10 rep range. Really getting crisp and powerful with that mace and that backswing, getting familiar and stable and reactive with my core, that kind of thing. So again, kind of lower reps there. Challenging my way up. That's a nice end goal for somebody to work up to. Say about a quarter of their body weight for guys to work up to these 10 to 2s. I'm going to just demo this with a 20-pounder, but being able to do these 10 to 2s well for higher rep has its own training benefit. Again, more that restorative piece, but I could do something like that 10 to 2 in that vintage strength games type of training for a lot higher reps, higher volume, anywhere from say 30 seconds to 5 minutes or beyond, even 10-minute sets, things like that. I can really get some more cardio side of things, some more conditioning, upper body, just grip, muscle endurance kind of over time. So its own unique, something that kind of supplementary to something with kettlebell snatch type of movements where we have to get strong and stable, lots of reps overhead, that kind of thing. So it's a nice kind of breakdown of those pieces. Something kind of middle range, I can use a medium weight, work on some just technique work, some kind of mid-range of that, and kind of work from there. Probably no reason for most people to go anything over 50 pounds. It gets a little bit silly, a little bit ridiculous, a little bit unsafe probably, even for really strong guys to consider that. Something I'm kind of working up to myself, kind of deciding where the edge of things are. Working on single arm work, I can challenge that way with something, 20 to 30 pounds, real challenging weight for guys. Ladies starting at the 5 to 10 pound range. Single arm swings for a lady with a 15-pound mace would be really challenging, really impressive to see. So hopefully that helps and gives you a little breakdown of how I use the mace and different times, different reasons for training purposes there too. So